CrazyMikesapps.com with an iPhone app video demo for Black Shark HD. Fire up the Russian Black Shark K50 in this 3D simulation game featuring 12 in-depth missions, free-fly gameplay, and loads of realistic effects. As we get into the gameplay, there are two main game modes, missions or free flight. Missions, there are 12 of them. We're going to jump into the first one, which is a tutorial. There's our Black Shark K50. Let's get into it. Turn on the engine by tapping it, turning it green. Once you do, you can use the slider on the left side to increase the RPM. Now your fuel on the top right is also related to your RPMs, and you can run out of fuel. You have your gear to put up, you have an altitude button that'll keep you when green at the same altitude, and you've got some change views, you've got rotors, again, and you've got tilt device controls. Now we're going to take off and do the first mission, search and destroy all enemy soldiers. Again, turn your engine on, rev it up and get it up to the right power, and tap on the center button there in the top center, and you can access a map which you can see where your steer points or waypoints are. Once I find the enemies, I have to turn around to get a better view to launch my rockets and take them out. You can see that I'm in a zoom view through the HUD, and now I've got my target acquired. I launch the missile. Notice the smoke tail out of it, or the smoke plume. Boom, it hits target. Now I can even zoom in closer. You can actually see a guy standing there. I'm using the machine gun to take out the tents. I did try to take out the guy with the machine gun. Instead, let's just launch a rocket and let that do the job. All targets destroyed. It's back to my landing pad to land the helicopter. Now it's a little tricky. You want to use your pedals. You also got to use your RPM max minimum to make sure you slow down and speed up at just the right point, or you will crash. Again, watch it. It is tricky. This game is very realistic. Again, the HUD is very cool. We're going to see more of that coming up. That mission is done. When you land, you can refuel and also get more weapons, because you will run out of rockets and missiles. Now notice the graphics in the back for the sunlight. Very realistic. I'm going to a church to take out some terrorists using my HUD display. Again, now I've got the zoom, and you've got to be really careful. You can't shoot the hostages. You can only shoot the terrorists. You'll find out it took me about 5 or 6 times to figure it out which ones were which, but once you do, you'll take them out. And you got to use the machine guns, because the missiles, in my case, did too much damage. The last guy was a little difficult, but once it's done, all targets destroyed. Now there's also nighttime view or nighttime gameplay. Here I go into the HUD because it gives me the night mode and the night vision, as you can see. Tap on it again and you'll get the zoom like this, and you can see I've got some enemies. I'm getting shot at by a pickup truck. It already shot down a plane, but I took it out. Again, now I'm taking out the tanks to finish this, and you can see the explosion at night. It's a little cool. It's a little bit more, or a little easier to see, I should say, because it is nighttime. One thing about flying at night, it's a little difficult to land, so make sure you practice. Here's where you can practice. Go into free play. You can either fly in the desert or Russia. You can shoot whatever you want. There's no enemies. Notice I'm changing the HUD color on the top right. You can pause on the top right. You have missiles, rockets, and ammunition or machine guns. Notice you can also watch the explosions while you're in the zoom. It does a nice explosion there. Instead of sending a rocket at this bus, I'm just going to shoot it up, and that works. It's very effective. So you can fly around and find different places to practice before going into the missions. And the missions are quite long. You need to use that center map there to find your way to the steer points to make sure you get to your location. Again, missions, free flight, other sims, check them out on Facebook and Twitter. Until next time, Crazy Mike saying see ya.